I feed myself with 60 years of souvenir with my mom. That's why I am who I am. And I'm not sure it's so important to talk about the movie we have done. I think it's more about the people who have watched the film to talk about the movie together.
Luc Besson, legendary French filmmaker and producer. Creator of iconic films such as The Fifth Element, Leon, The Professional, Lucy, and Nikita. Known for pushing the boundaries of visual storytelling and blending genres.
I think The Big Blue, I was 28.
28. Oh.
Skills,
I think it's Guinness record, yeah?
I did 22 films in my life and I produced 135. And I never went over, but just to be honest and real to what you propose to people. Be generous with the people. The creativity it's alive. You will never blow the flame. At the airport, there's this beautiful sunset. And sunset on the airport is always bizarre because it's so much mechanical and the plane who are moving like this. And so it's a mix between the nature and the society and the modernity of it.
Yeah.
And the spectacle was kind of like, incredible. And there is this girl, like 15 years old, making selfies for 10 minutes. She doesn't even watch
She missed the best sunset in your life.
She missed the sunset. And the guy next to me was like this. There's the perception of the sunset is very different, to the people. And there's this cleaning lady, and then she was cleaning and she stopped, watched the sunset for a few seconds. And then there is more emotion in this woman than this 15 years old with her phone, who has the entire life in the front of her and doesn't see it.
Hello and welcome on campus. I am Grigory, I am entrepreneur and dreamer. This podcast for people who are looking for inspiration, new ideas and self-development. If you are this person, I want to ask to join our community and subscribe our YouTube channel. It's very important for us. Our conversation today is going to be about art, creativity, inspiration, how it influences people, and about business in the filmmaking industry. I want to introduce one of the most anticipated guests of our summit and one of the most famous filmmakers in the world, Luc Besson. Let's start.
Thank you for this introduction.
Thank you, Luc.
I will try to deserve it.
I want to start with some very surprising research. People who were dying at the hospital answered one question. What is the biggest regret in your life? You would ask some people talk about their family and how much they spent with people they love, but the most popular answer was surprising. Their biggest regret was that they didn't spend enough time on creativity and for art.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And I want to ask you, is art and creativity important for a regular person? What do you think?
For everyone. It's the second blood. Art, all the feelings go through people, every nation, every language, every religion. You can show a painting, a song, a movie. It's the common language to everyone. That's what I love about it. Like, for example, the last movie I did, I have like some American, some French, some Dutch, some German, some Australian. I mean, everyone, Italian. And sometimes we don't speak the same language, but it doesn't matter. We use the hands to explain what we want. And everybody was working for the movie. The king was the movie. And the artists are serving the king.
Today's podcast is a part of biggest business and educational summit in the world. This year, Megacampus Summit is going to happen on 2nd and 3rd December in Dubai. We choose Dubai because Dubai is attract talents from across the world. and all talents, people and entrepreneurs coming to Dubai 2nd and 3rd December. If you want to join our summit, you can find link under this video. When I was preparing to this interview, I tried to find all interview with you on YouTube, and it was very difficult. I found just a few. Is it because you don't like podcasters or your private life is so important for you?
I work almost 2-3 years on a movie, and I try to say everything I want to say in the movie.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to say. You know, the movie for me is my baby, and then after that I'm just dry.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure it's so important to talk about the movie we have done. I think it's more about the people who have watched the film to talk about the movie together. But what I love is people, for example, some people watch one of my movie and they explain the movie to me. This I love.
Yeah.
Say, oh, you don't understand this and this and this. Oh no, oh my God, that was so. This I like because, you know, I'm the witness of their emotion through the movie. But no, it's not so much. Yeah, do I'm careful with my private life? Yeah, because it's private life.
Yeah.
But I'm not very interested by, except sometime, you know, this is a good opportunity. I'm happy to come to see you over there, and it's a good opportunity to meet people. I love to meet people, different people. So then I agree to play the game, but otherwise I'm not a big talker with the press.
Yeah. Understood.
You know, I'm going to tell you a little story. The first time I got an interview with a journalist, I have 18 years old.
18.
Yeah, 18 or 19 years old. And he said to me, so Jean-Luc Buisson. So I said, all right. Jean-Luc Buisson.
Wow.
So the guy just tell my name badly. Wrongly to start with. So what kind of job is that where you sit in the front of someone and you can't even say his name properly?
Yeah.
So since the beginning, I'm kind of like,
We need to find this journalist and to say him that because him we can see Luc.
Well, doesn't matter.
So often. For the last 30 years, you have been one of the best and most famous filmmaker in the world. You became famous when you were 35 or 38, and this is very early for a filmmaking industry. Which skills helped you to get the top so early?
I think the Big Blue, I was 28.
28. Oh.
The skills.
I think it's Guinness record, yeah? Because I don't know any filmmakers who because for filmmakers, it's need the time, yeah? 40 years, 40 old.
I don't know. I just, I have no choice. You know, this is what I want to do, and I was ready to die for it. So I put all my skills, all energy, everything. No, I think you have to be a little bit crazy. That's for sure.
Yeah, number one.
And no matter what someone tells you, if they say it's not possible,
okay, number two.
Don't take it for granted. Just if they throw you through the window, come back by the chimney, dig the ground, you know, appear from the ground.
Yeah.
You know.
Number one, it's too crazy. Number two, it's...
And never let down. Never give up.
Never give up. Yes.
Your dream,
Number
basically.
three, yes.
Your dream.
Yes.
You will always find people to tell you, oh, no, it's never going to work. Because in fact, the people put their own limit. These people, usually, they won't be able to make it. So they think that you cannot make it because that's their own limit. Like especially my mother. My mother was scared because she said, you will never succeed and it's going to be a disaster, and because she was not able to dream enough or to imagine that she can do it. And by the way, even if you fail, it's okay. It's okay, because what's interesting is the fact you do it. You know, there's two categories: the people who are doing it and the people who talk about the people who's doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. How many times people told you that it's impossible?
Oh, all the time. All the time. It's impossible. It's a bad idea. It can't work. And usually it's a good sign. You know, it's funny because when I did the Big Blue, everybody say, "Oh, can you do the Big Blue too?" And I say no. And then I make Nikita. And then they say, "Can you make Nikita too?" No, I made Leon. And after they say, "Can you do Leon too?" I say, "No, I did the Fifth Element." And every time I make a movie, the people are asking for the sequel, you know, and because they limit themselves, like, what's the point? It's not interesting. Just if you like Leon, just watch it again.
Yeah.
You don't need to make a number two.
But I heard that you thought about Lucy too, or
No,
not?
I heard that, as usual, on the internet.
Okay.
It's fake, as usual.
It's fake, yeah. Why it's impossible? Why without sequel?
What do you mean?
I mean that Leon 2 or Lucy 2, why you...
No, I'm not saying it's not impossible for sure. But give that to AI. They will do that in 2 minutes. That's the thing with the AI. They cannot do the first one, but they can easily do the second one. But personally, it's just because I don't want to do it. That's all. I don't mind, you know, like if there's a Leon 2 or Lucy 2 or I don't mind, but I'm not interested by doing it. I'm trying to, you know, I went from the Big Blue to Fifth Element and Fifth Element to Joan of Arc. You know, it's very, because that's what's excites me, is just to discover and to try and to search.
You know, I noticed recently that I've stopped going to the movies. In my opinion, the industry is in crisis right now. I mean, scripts and new young actors who can be idols for the new generations. Is it because I'm too old, or we should blame the AI? What is going on with cinematography right now?
No, the fact you're getting older, it's true. It's true that cinema is the last art. It's the seventh. It's the easiest one. So, yeah, it's true. 10, 12, 15, 18 years old, it's magical. You take the story in the face. So then you get 25, 30, 40, you know, you turn to other arts maybe. So that's one of the reasons. But the main reason is not that at all. The main reason is since almost like 25 years, little by little, the power shift. Before, the power was given to the artist. And sometimes they make a big hit, sometimes they make a flop. You know, you can't succeed your strawberry tart every day. You know, sometimes it's very good, sometimes it's less good. So little by little, the money people who get the power try to control the artist, and now they control more and more and more because they think they can make money if they respect numbers. But it's fake, it's wrong.
More control and less creativity.
Because they have the control, they say, "Oh no, we need the guy who make the success. Take this guy because he make a big success before." It doesn't mean anything. He can make a flop the movie after. It doesn't make any sense. "Oh, let's do this story because the same kind of story was a hit." And then people take it once, twice, and after twice, they want to see something else. So the artists lose the power because they're not built to fight power. They're built to fight ideas, creativity. So the power was stolen from us. Not too much from me, but from most of the people. And that's the huge problem. I think today, when you take a big studio, for example, and you have like 15 people who decide the 20 film to do per year, I can bet that you take a group of 20, 12 years old from school, you give them the script to read, and they choose 20 films to do, they will probably do the same money or more. Because the calculation of like, we should do this or this or this is wrong. No one knows. When I start to write the thing, you're going to watch the movie in 2 years. No one knows what you want to see in 2 years. No one.
And what do you think about future of the industry? It will be
the industry, I don't know. The creativity will be, will still there.
Less.
Will still there. It's alive. You will never blow the flame, and that's it. Because you will have everywhere around the world, with 7 billions, there's little Luc everywhere. Everywhere. And you won't kill these ones. The money, these people will have problem for sure. We'll find another way to be creative. Like, for example, someone who is 17 years old today is so lucky. He take a phone, he can make an entire film with his phone. And if he has a friend with a computer, he can go, take some music, do the editing, and he has the biggest distribution in the world.
Yes, YouTube.
YouTube. So anyone at 17 years old can make the best film ever. I was not able to do that by my time, because I have a Super 8 camera with 3 minutes, you know, and when I finish my 3 minutes without the sound, I put my 3 minutes in an envelope. I send the envelope in England, who come back 3 weeks after, and then I have my 3 minutes. With my phone, I can shoot for hours. These kids are so lucky. So don't wait for the big studio, the big camera, the big money, the big actors. Just take your phone and go.
But we don't see a lot of young filmmakers who work to the big studio and work with big cinema right now. Why? Because it is this guy worked just for YouTube and Instagram. And I don't know any young, bright filmmaker right now. Maybe you know.
No, there is sometime, but it's, I mean, let's be honest. The proportion of the very good ones is small.
Yes.
Okay, it's 5%. All the rest, they're good, but they're here to, you know, to make some money, to be known, to be famous, to be this. They're not really like, you know, like focus on the creation of the thing.
Yeah.
So
like you.
That's why. But there is some. I've seen some short films and some guys who really are clever, and they are there. But the people from the studio, they don't look at them. They're just looking at who make a hit last week, you know.
What do you think about AI? AI is kill cinematography industry, or not?
No, it's a tool.
It's just tool.
It's a tool. AI is just feeding with information who exists already. He's not able to create something who doesn't exist. Like I made a movie a couple of months ago called Dogman. AI will never be able to write Dogman, but he will write Dogman 2 in 2 minutes.
But we don't have Dogman 2, yeah.
But we don't have it. But the AI feed himself with all the information in the world. Personally, as an individual, I feed myself with 60 years of souvenir with my mom, with the places where I went through the world, the love story I have, the deception, the people I met, the sand on my feet on the beach, the meeting I have with some fish in my life. That's why I am who I am.
Yeah.
You know, and this is unique, and you are unique, and we're all unique in a way. So the AI cannot compete with that. It's not a question of good, bad, or excellent, or rich, or thing. It's like, no matter what, no one will beat you.
Sure, right. In business, when you become rich, it's very difficult to get inspiration for the next project.
Really?
Yeah, because you are not hungry.
No. Yeah. It's nothing. One thing has nothing to do with it.
A lot of entrepreneurs can't go further because they have money.
But I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm an artist.
Yeah, and I want to ask, where do you get inspiration? How do you
Everywhere.
stay hungry
Everywhere.
every year?
Everywhere in life. You go in the street, there is millions of stories. Every person is hundreds of stories. It's amazing. The other day I was in the park on the bench waiting for someone, and then I see an old lady crossing the park. She starts from there, and it takes 20 minutes to go there. And I say, what a life. 20 minutes of her day to go from there to there. And in the same time, there's this 25 young boy who was running, who passed the girl 6 times. He make a tour of the park 6 times, and he passed her every time. It's already a story. It's already there.
It will be new movie
No, but
about transformations. This lady.
you watch the street, you watch the people. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. The thing that I'm sure is don't take the food from the creation of somebody else. Like if you watch too many movies and you get inspired by all these movies, you basically digesting something digested by somebody else already. So the best food for me is really life. It's outside. It's the subway, the plane, everything.
And right now, you have inspiration for your next project.
I started writing when I was 14 years old, and I'm writing every morning around 5.
Is it scripts?
Script most of the time, yeah. But 7 days a week since almost 55 years, so it never stopped. It's like a muscle. It just go.
Wow.
Like at the airport, there's this beautiful sunset. And sunset on the airport is always bizarre because it's so much mechanical, and the plane who are moving like this, and so it's a mix between the nature and the society and the modernity of it.
Yeah.
And the spectacle was kind of like, incredible. And there is this girl, like 15 years old, making selfies for 10 minutes. She doesn't even watch the...
She missed the best sunset in your life.
She missed the sunset. And the guy next to me was like this. So there's the perception of the sunset is very different, to the people. And there's this cleaning lady, and then she was cleaning and she stopped, watched the sunset for a few seconds. And then there is more emotion in this woman than this 15 years old with her phone, who has the entire life in the front of her and doesn't see it.
Yes. In many movies, you are director and producer. It gives you a lot of freedom and independence. But the question is it a good thing, or an artist need restrictions?
You by definition, you have restriction. It's always a balance. Like first, I always have a producer most of the time. I mean, my wife produced the last 5 films. You have a budget, let's say like 50 million, and then you need the 50 million. So you give the script to people, say, oh, okay, maybe for Germany, I take the movie for here and there. So you pre-sell the movie. It's the first indication that the movie could be good, because people buy it. When you have this money, you have to respect your budget. And I did 22 films in my life, and I produced 135. and I never went over budget, ever. It's a question of respect. Of course, like it's like in the sports, you know, do whatever with the ball, but the timing is 90 minutes, not 200 minutes. So you just have to respect. So we have this barrier, and it's good to have some, but it's how you play inside that, to have the maximum freedom inside that. Like, for example, I prep a lot because I want the day we shoot, I want to be able to change my mind. Because I'm so prep that I can do A and I can do B also, in case. Because a ray of sunshine comes in your apartment, because the actor is super excited this day, or this actor is mellow, and you're using the fact he's mellow, and then you change a little bit the thing,
Yes.
if you want to. So to be very prep with the restriction, and to be able to do whatever you want inside. You know, that's the game.
But when you entrepreneur and you making some project and you have investors, they can say you, it's mistake, you can do it. And it's restriction, big restriction for entrepreneur. Of course, it's about freedom and you can be independent, but maybe it helps if you entrepreneur you, because it saves you from mistakes. But I think that when you made a movie, you have money, you have budget for this movie, and you are creator this movie. And I don't know, is it so freedom when you made project? Is it helped you, or it can be to just start?
I understand the question, but there's a different kind of action. For example, sometime I've seen in the past big studios, and the big studios are a bunch of executives, and they fighting each other because they want the power. So suddenly they say, oh, you should do this in a movie. Not so much for the movie, it's because they want to show that, you know, they're right compared to this guy. You know, all this game destroy the movie. But now when you're on the set and you have an actor and he has this line to say, and he's not comfortable with the line, he's not comfortable with the scene a little bit, then you talk. Because if he's not comfortable, it's not normal. He should be comfortable. So maybe there's something I didn't explain well, or maybe I was wrong. And that's where it's very important that the creative people are linked together, because often we change something because at the moment, the precise moment, the actor doesn't feel the thing exactly like this. And then it helps you. But it could be also that he doesn't feel the scene because he's scared of the scene. Fear is not good. And I'm going to fight him to explain that he has to do it.
Yeah.
Because I know his fear. So it's...
Fear is destroyed. Yeah.
It's very complex to maintain the thing. But the stupid money power of people coming on the set and say, oh, you know, I want this or I want that, not with me. That's for sure.
Yeah. Let's talk business. Because I know you are not just a filmmaker, but you have your own producing company. Who is the most paid actor in your career?
No idea. I never watched, I don't watch the numbers. We have a budget at the beginning, and then I'm responsible of making the film. Like the last movie I've done, it's 2,300 shots. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So that's my responsibility, and to be sure the actors are good all the time, that I can take a character and see his day, you know, like going up and down, you know, like for each character. So...
And you don't know about fees?
No, I don't care.
Oh.
And I don't care, honestly.
Okay.
I know they're always fighting, because the actors always ask for more, and the producers say, oh, no, please less. It's the game. But I remember, like The Fifth Element, Bruce Willis was such a sweetheart. And Bruce heard about the movie. So then we have a lunch, and he said, why you don't come to me? Because I heard about this sci-fi film. And I said, Bruce, because you're too expensive. I can't afford, like he was at like 15 or 20 millions. I said, no, I don't have it. So
20 millions.
Oh yeah, at the time was
30
15
years ago.
Yeah, 15, yeah. So I said I didn't come because why to give it? I know I can't. And he said, look, give it to me. If I like it, we will find a way. And I said, promise me that if you like it, don't come back and ask for 15 because I don't have it. He said, no, don't worry. He read the script, he loved it, and they make a deal. Like I don't know exactly the number, but I was like far from what he takes usually. Because he loved the film, he wants to do it.
It was big discount, yeah?
Oh yeah. But it was not a negotiation.
Yes.
It was very honest, But it was so funny for him to come to see me and say, why you don't come to me?
Yeah.
I say, you're too big.
Which movie was the most profitable in your career for you?
For me personally?
I mean money, yep.
Or for the people, for the investors?
No, for you.
For me, I don't know. I don't know because, what's interesting when you're lucky enough to make a movie that people love. Take Léon, for example. Léon is on TV in every country every year. So you have royalties every year, and it's now 25 years. So it's difficult to. But honestly, it's not so much what's left. Much. It's not what's important. In fact, when you make the movie, what my real pleasure, for example, for Léon or Fifth Element or Big Blue is to see people around the world 20 years later and say, oh my God, when I was young, the movie was amazing. And that's feed me a lot. I'm very surprised to see that.
And it
some
is
of
more
my movies
important.
Go to generation, and they're still there.
It is more important for you than money.
Yeah, for sure.
But you have producer company too. And when you're creator, you need to make something very big for generation, yes. But when you own a producing company, I think you should to think about money.
It's about.
Or I mistake?
No, I think it's. I'm not saying that the money is out of the equation for sure. But what you try to build is the freedom to do the movie you want. There's many. I think I produced like 12 or 13 first-time director. Why? Because no one wants to produce them. They have no reference. But I believe the guy. I've seen the short film. The guy is good. I believe the guy. Just try. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I'm right. And that's what we lose, in fact, through decade is the taste for creativity and risk. And if you really wants to make money and have numbers and things, sell cars or yogurt. Forget us.
Forget about. Yeah, understand. What are the main ingredients of best-selling movie? For example, 3.
Be real.
Be real, you mean?
Be honest.
When you director?
No, since the beginning. I've heard so many times people say, oh yeah, this is gonna work. Do you like it? No, it's not my kind, but this is gonna work. Are you kidding? If you don't like it, don't do it. It's the first thing, like be honest. I mean, the people are in the dark, in a big screen. They want to see, they know it's fake. It's a movie. There's strings, violin, actresses are crying. Oh. They know it's fake, but they want to see the truth. So give the truth first.
Yeah.
You have to be real. You have to give something real. Even if it's a stupid comedy or doesn't matter, it's not the subject of the film. Be honest. Be honest in what you do when you deliver. It's the same for everything. For food, it's the same. If you
Yes.
just do like sandwich like this, but if someone take the thing and put a little flour and then tick, 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 up, you know, and then it's better. It's just that. So for me, the only one is this one. Just to be honest and real to what you propose to people. Be generous with the people.
Yeah.
Don't take them for stupid and don't think the marketing will sell everything. Marketing is important, for sure. But what a deception when the marketing is amazing and the movie is bad. And it happens too often.
I read a book, very popular musician producer, his name Rubin. He helped a lot of very famous music group like Lana Del Rey and Red Hot Chili Peppers and others. And he told that when you're creators, you can't think about results. You should think just about process.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
I totally agree. First, because you don't know.
Yeah.
I was always surprised. And you don't know what the people want. Just do what you think, what you want. And then pray that some people will share with you. But just think about the thing. And you need also to be able to share the creativity. It's important. I've seen some directors, they too much like this. But the set designer is good. The costume designer is good. The editor is good. Let them bring. If we are 10 people, it's easier to take the piano. If you're by yourself, it's going to be hard. But if we are 10, that's going to be easy. It's the same. I since a couple of years, I try to surround myself with creative people, not be scared by the creativity of the others. You know, I work with some, on the Fifth Element, for example, there's Moebius, is a designer.
Yeah.
Moebius is a genius. Jean-Paul Gaultier, who make the design for these guys are big. I work with Karl Lagerfeld also on few things. Just be happy to play with them, you know, not to be scared and say, oh, they're gonna denature my ID or thing. No, if the ID is better, take it. And sometime it happens, you have a 18 years old third assistant. Excuse me, Mr. Director, why you don't do the thing with the guy and like this? You know, boy, that's clever. Do you mind I take your ID? Oh yeah, I will be honored. Okay, good. Take it. He's flattered, and the film is better.
When I watch your movies, I always have a feeling that you are coaching me through movies. You know, like a real coach.
Really?
Yep. Because all your movies about personal transformation. In your movies, people bigger than they think before. What do you think about human nature and about human superpowers?
No, it's interesting because it shouldn't be the role of a movie or art. It should be the role of the education. And but there's a problem of education now around the world because we let the kid too long with the phone. So now they learn through internet.
Smart dopamine.
Yeah, so they smart, they quick, but
Yeah.
there's no roots. The roots have to come from the family, from the society, from your country, from your, you need to grow with that, with this ground. So the real superpower for me, when I see The other day, this black lady wake up at 4 a.m. in a neighborhood of Paris and take the train to clean a building, you know, until 6 a.m. and to go back for like $20.
Wow. It's real real
for me,
superwoman.
she's a superhero.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how I will kill myself.
Wow.
So for me, that's the thing.
In the business world, human resources is one of the most important thing. And we entrepreneurs know that it's very difficult to manage creativity people, creativity person. Can you share with your experience? How does it work?
I'm not sure I know, but we have to think an artist like a baby or like an animal. Give him some room, you know. Give him some room, you know. If you try too much to teach everything and say, oh, you know, I'm going to give you an example. This creator Moebius, you will look on the internet. Moebius is the Miles Davis of drawings. They call him for Star Wars, like 30 years or 35 years ago. And he said, you know, can you come and to make some drawings? And he said, oh yeah, why not? So he went there and they give him, you know, so every day we need this, we need to do one drawing every Friday, the meeting, the thing. He disappeared after 3 days without notice. He was not there anymore. He just went back to the airport and take the plane and go back to France. And they never see him again. And he doesn't care about the contract or anything. And I knew the story.
Yeah.
So for Fifth Element, I called him. I said, you know, I will be honored if you can work on my movie. And he was skeptical. He said, yeah, but how it works, like how it works. I said, we have a big studio with all the people. This is the key of the studio. You come whenever you want and you do whatever you want. And then he smiled, he said, that could be nice. And he stayed for a year. And sometimes he show up at like 3 a.m. So the guardian of the building sometime called me and said, no, it's okay, don't leave him alone. And he was drawing. And sometimes he comes with the young guys. He show up and say, oh my God, this is good. He was just free. And his contribution in the film is huge. But he stayed for a year.
It's more about relationships. Yeah. When you manage creativity persons, you need to develop relationships for a long time.
I think it's like a bird. A creator is a bird. You love the bird and you put it in a cage. Are you sure? If you love the bird, it's because he can fly. So what about having the bird, giving him some food so he knows you're here, and then he can fly and you just pray that he will come back. And if he likes you, if you're nice with him, he come back.
Great.
You know?
Yeah. Understand. Recently, I asked from my friends, they asked me, please, Grigory, to describe your favorite book, just one word. And it's too difficult for me because my favorite book, it's War and Peace by Tolstoy, and it's 4 volumes. And it's difficult to find just one word. But I thought and I tried and I found one word, it's evolution. 4 volumes about evolution. And I want to ask you to give me one word for one movie. I name movie and you get back one word to describe one word. For example, Fifth Element.
Freedom, probably.
Leon.
Childhood.
Angel A.
The real me.
And Lucy.
Lucy, in one word. Real power.
Excellent. Thank you.
I was expecting for Big Blue. It's Big Blue. I have one word for Big Blue. Mother.
Wow. Mother. My company based in Dubai, and we are making the biggest business and educational summit in the world, in the whole world, in Dubai. And have you been in Dubai? Yep. What do you think about the city?
Incredible, in one word.
Yeah.
No, the contrast is the desert, and then suddenly this thing, and then the sea. So it's very, it's so full of contrast. And then even the region, because the region is so historically so old. They're tribes and families since ever. So it's really like a couple of thousands of years. And this modernity where you cannot find more modernity than there. I mean, everything is new. So yeah, it's like salt and sugar. It's the mix. And it's at least it's exciting, and you can't sleep. It's a lot. It's a lot to digest.
I have two crazy suggestions for you. Right now, for me, very surprising, because a monarchy to develop the most freedom market for entrepreneurs in their countries. And it's very big contrast. Because for us, for entrepreneurs, we can do anything right now. And we have big opportunity in Dubai. And it was surprising for me. But when I read in biography of Rashid Al Maktoum, My Vision, I think that I find answers how it works. And when I read in this book, I thought about you. And I think maybe it will be the next great movie about transformation, not people, but transformation of place. Because 30 years ago it was just a desert. And right now it's huge market and huge country. What do you think?
No, I think there is some example in life who are bigger than movies. So the script is written.
Yeah.
And it's better to live it than to make a movie about it. But talking about the entrepreneur and the business and the money and all this, I think it's very important that it's a circle. I think the biggest riches, it's to give back. When you're very, very rich, mentally or money, or the ultimate goal should be to give back. Because you can see around the world, I don't know so much in these territories, but around the world, you can see the difference between the people who get nothing and the people who get a lot. And this cannot stay like this. It's impossible. It's going to crack up. It's going to crack up. And it's the responsibility of the people who have the most money to understand that for their own peace, what a beautiful gesture when you're rich to give back. It's exceptional. Bill Gates did that. There's a couple of guys who did it, and I'm very impressed by them. Because what are you going to do? You're going to die at 65 with $1 billion with you? What's the point? You can die naked. That's fine. You're not going to bring anything down. So just to never forget the circle, because this circle is everywhere. It's in the nature. We live, we die. It's a circle. It's always a circle. So the business should follow the circle too. Because it's what's the point to have a Rolls Royce if at every corner of the street you have a tent with a homeless in it? Where is the pleasure? I personally, it makes me feel uncomfortable.
But can we hope that we can see movie about history and about country from you in the future?
No, what I would love, and I would be happy to help, but it has to be someone from there to make the movie, not me, for sure. Like if tomorrow the American asked me to do, they asked me a few times to do a Western, with the cowboys and the Indians.
Yeah.
No, I cannot. My roots, my history is not from there. So, but to help someone, like to create schools, to teach the young guys, who are from there, to tell the story. That's the real thing. But not to take any directors, even good, to say, oh, can you make a movie about our story? Few try. Sometimes it's not very good.
Last two questions. It's like a blitz. Could you name your top 3 books?
I don't read so much. I'm not a big reader. I think I write more than I read. If I have to choose one, over the time, I will say La Fontaine, Jean de La Fontaine. He make little story, for example, the rabbit and the turtle. Every time he take an animal, but the animal is in fact the human being. And at the time, with a lot of humor, he was telling all the story to the king. And everybody thought it was cute. Say, oh my God, it's so cute, the turtle, oh, the rabbit, the little rabbit. But in fact, he was talking about the society at the time. And I love that because it's very elegant, it's very cute, but he says so much things. So I love that.
Just one, yes?
Yeah, you say one. So
yeah, okay. Could you name 3 favorite movies?
It depends of the year. Sometimes I change.
In this year?
No, Amadeus for sure.
Amadeus.
That's for probably Taxi Driver or Raging Bull.
Taxi with De Niro?
Yeah.
Okay.
Raging Bull with De Niro also. Yeah. Scorsese. So,
yeah.
And the third one, maybe Kurosawa, Red Beard.
Red Beard.
From Akira Kurosawa. But I love also Anton Rublev.
Luc, I appreciate you for your time and for your inspiration.
And see you soon.
Thank you, Luc.
You're welcome.
Thank you.